This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for May 13th, 2024. Your daily entertainment headlines, industry info, and everything rock. Just announced the popular Monstour 2, featuring Falling in Reverse, Dance Gavin Dance, Black Veil Brides, Tech Nine, and Jairus Johnson, hits the Leader Bank Pavilion in Boston on September 9th. Tickets for the tour are on sale now. Check the links in the show notes of this episode to get yours. Shinedown are getting their own hot sauce made in collaboration with specialty sauce brand Torchbearer Sauces. The band says it's spicy but not too challenging and has a flavor that works on a lot of different foods. Dubbed Symptom Chipotle Garlic Sauce, the sauce is the first in a series of Shinedown-themed sauces and features a blend of chipotle jalapeno peppers and garlic. Bad Wolves are joined by Chris Daughtry on a newly revised version of their song Hungry for Life. D.L. Laskowitz saying Hungry for Life is about resilience, the pursuit of purpose, and the will to rise above life's challenges in the face of adversity. We've all been fans of Daughtry for a long time, and when we heard him sing on this, we were floored. So we hope you love it. Stay hungry, Wolfpack. In a recent interview, Rob Halford from Judas Priest was asked about the lyrics to the song Crown of Horns, which appears on the band's latest album, Invincible Shield. Rob Halford sang love. It's the best four-letter word in the history of words. Love is everything. Love is all you need. We certainly need love more now than ever. And speaking of All You Need Is Love, the Beatles have released a new video for their 1970 single, Let It Be. The 4-minute clip features scenes from the restored version of the Let It Be movie, originally released in 1970, but unseen for years. It was recently cleaned up by director Peter Jackson, who's behind The Lord of the Rings and the celebrated 2021 miniseries, The Beatles Get Back. According to People magazine, Creed frontman Scott Stapp and his wife Jacqueline are headed for divorce after 18 years of marriage. A representative for Scott Stapp said, out of respect for their family, Scott intends to navigate this difficult time privately. Sebastian Bach has renewed optimism regarding a reunion with his former band Skid Row, saying, quote, I found out something at the Very Last Kiss show that I did not know before the Very Last Kiss show. It was a major piece of miscommunication. I need to communicate with Skid Row because there's been something that happened that is not accurate. I can't tell you what it is, but the whole narrative that they don't like me and I'm too crazy is complete bullshit. It's not true. There have been attempts to get us going again. In a new interview with the Hook Rocks podcast, Richie Kotzen talked about his decision to release a new solo single, Cheap Shots. Earlier this month, after completing nearly 100 shows in support of the Winery Dogs' third album, last year's 3, he announced the band will go back into hibernation for the foreseeable future after Mike Portnoy's return to Dream Theater. Dee Snider has released an open letter to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, encouraging them to induct artists while they're still alive to appreciate the honor. Saying, quote, Dear Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there are bands you know are going to eventually be inducted because they're a huge influence. How about not waiting until the entire band is dead? Citing that the Rock Hall is finally going to induct MC5. Saying, quote, the last living member died yesterday. R.I.P. MC5, hashtag that sucks. Talking about Dennis Thompson, the last classic era member of the legendary band MC5. He died last Thursday at the age of 75. After last year's disastrous edition of the Blue Ridge Rock Festival, the festival announced over the weekend that the 2024 Blue Ridge Rock Festival is officially canceled. And over the weekend at Welcome to Rockville, Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters pranked the audience, acting like he was performing Eddie Van Halen's classic Eruption solo when it was shown on the giant video screens that it was actually Wolfgang Van Halen from Mammoth WVH playing the solo. Limp Bizkit welcomed a cameo appearance, Jelly Roll joining the band on stage to perform Behind Blue Eyes. And Disturbed finally were able to perform Don't Tell Me featuring Ann Wilson with Ann Wilson, who stood on the side of the stage to watch the song before The Sound of Silence. She said she was nervous to perform Don't Tell Me with the band and that she was blown away by their version of the Simon and Garfunkel classic. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 205, featuring Ed Roland from Collective Soul, is available now. And check out this week's bonus episode featuring Seether.